So guys, welcome to the last 2AR, 2A bar, bar or bust project or progress videos. For those who have seen and heard, this thing is barred and it is now California legal. I just got my exhaust citation thing figured out as well. So yeah, I mean, I have no progress really to show that much. I want to do like a beautification thing. I want to like paint all this stuff. I don't know if I make a video or not. Probably not, but I still need to make the subsystem videos on how to get a 2AR in your car. I will be making two write-ups. One write-up will be what it takes to get a 2AR in the car and driving, and then another write-up will be for the bar stuff, because not everybody needs to do the bar stuff. So yeah, for those who've been watching this stuff for a while now, or have been following the build on wherever, you know that I had swapped the 2GRFE in last year, and this year in January 2023, I got state refed for an intake and exhaust, and so that's what kind of kickstarted this whole bar legal 2AR thing, because the way the citations work and the referee inspection stuff go, I need to have a legal engine setup and all that, and so my options were 5S or like sell the car or whatever, and I don't want to do either of those, so I decided to go with the 2AR and get it legalized. Oh shit, a buzzball. Cool. Anyways, so yeah, in terms of power and stuff like that, so my thoughts on that is, if you have a stock chassis like I do, like stock suspension, stock tires and wheels and all that, the 2AR is 100% the fucking way to go. This power level that this is at, like this 160 wheel or 150 wheel or whatever this is at, is already pretty damn nice with how this is set up. And like I mentioned before, like Marks II and stuff, you can get like the 190, 200 wheel range with the header and intake and stuff. And so bringing it up to like that level of power, I think it'd be like kind of perfect, to be honest. If you already have a car that's, you have like a suspension setup kind of going, you already have like stickier tires, and the whole overall car just has more grip in general, a 2GR probably is the way to go. Obviously I can't, it's a very like, I don't know, apples to oranges. I know fruit can be compared, but it's something that's kind of, it's a deep rabbit hole, I guess, of comparisons. But that's kind of my view on it. Unless, you're in California like me, then you have no choice. In theory, at least, you have no choice. But, some people rock the 2GRs in Cali, you do whatever. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, the 2AR also has room for power. I will be getting a dyno plot soon. Mark at Frankenstein Motorworks is asking me for one. I am also curious, because whatever I'm rocking right now, it's not that bad. I can still pass people on the freeway. It's fun to rev it out and like go wide open throttle and not like, with the 2GR, you're on the gas for like 2 seconds. You're already like fucking like 20 miles an hour over the speed limit or whatever, and you're already breaking the law. So, the 2AR is a bit more of like a slow car fast mentality, which is pretty nice. Driving up here, I made a video of the 2GR like down there or something last year saying that phase 1 was complete, and I'm no longer working on the engine stuff. And so, driving up here with the 2GR, I was a bit more white knuckling that shit and scared because I was going to crash or something, or feeling like I was going to crash, because the 2GR, like I said, it's a stock car, so it's not really set up for that. I'm sure it'd be a fucking blast if you had a properly set up car with the 2GR, you fucking rocketing through this shit. But going up here with the 2AR, it was pretty fun, especially with like a quiet exhaust stuff. It's just like a nice chill like cruiser kind of thing, that still has like a decent amount of power. So it's honestly pretty cool. In terms of like future power thing that I don't know if I'm gonna do or not. Maybe like an exhaust or like headers or something. I don't really know, to be honest. I am sort of kind of thinking about developing a turbo manifold for the 2AR. I need to get some measurements from the TC crowd and maybe the Camry crowd. But I do think that the way the MR2 is set up, this is a much more tighter zone or tighter area to work with than, or compared to a TC or Camry. So if I design something for the MR2, then it might fit either crowd. I'm fucking dreaming here. All right. But I may develop a turbo manifold. I don't know if I'll turbo it myself, but I do want to see more of these things boosted. And making turbo noises and shit. I'm sure some people would like that, especially if they're coming from a 3S and they want like a modern setup. I think I will be able to design a manifold that would be pretty decent. I may make two. I'm sort of thinking about making two, a twin scroll setup and then like a single scroll setup, like more compact. Like I said, I'm fucking dreaming here, but maybe look out for that. I don't really know. Um, like I said, I want to kind of address some things in there first. So, but yeah, I mean, that's engine stuff, I guess. I think my phase one complete video, I had mentioned I want to get to the exterior of the car, which I guess now I can kind of get to again. And also like interior stuff as well. The easy stuff, the stuff that I can put on the car and I don't have to worry about the thing not turning on. So, that's the fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my thoughts on the 2AR, 2GR thing. I guess regarding like daily ability, I guess, because I know some people just want like a modern setup for, they just want to restore like an old car. If you don't care about power, just go 2AR. I would just say 2AR because it's easier to work on. I've done the alternator stuff, like water pump. I've taken all that stuff kind of like on and off several times, and it's pretty damn easy. The exhaust manifold sort of gets in the way, but it's just I don't know, it's a nicer thing to work with. It's a bit, this whole engine bay car, all this stuff has been designed around a four banger. So it just kind of it looks fucking factory. It's just I don't know. The 2GR did sit really well though. I will say, but especially if like I say, if you're like looking for like a daily or whatever, it's like you don't need like 300 wheel on tap. It's like you can get by with like 180 or 190 or whatever you're gonna make with the 2AR. Or 190 to 200, whatever the number is. We'll fucking find out how much this makes though. They'd be like 160. What the fuck am I on about? I don't know. Y'all heard me earlier, I think. I guess another hit for daily ability with the 2AR bar stuff is that you do have to fit the evap canister. I have mine in the frunk, which I guess is sort of a hit for cargo space, but I don't know. The frunk is a bit lacking already in cargo space. So, yeah. But that's kind of my thoughts on it. I guess another thing for daily ability is like harmonics, which the 2GR does get. Although I think I am a bit more attentive or whatever the word is for harmonic shit, like NVH and stuff. Just the GR ran, just like the harmonics of it, the way it ran, not necessarily like idle quality or anything, but like just how, harmonics of the engine. The GR was definitely smoother than the 2AR, although the 2AR, I think is beats the 5S by a mile. I'm pretty sure. Is like I said, it's been a while since I've driven the 5S, but I remember with the 5S at idle, like I felt like I was sitting on like a subwoofer. The whole cabin was just like, and so the 2AR doesn't do that. Although I do notice a lot more NVH with this thing compared to the 2GR. So I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. You can always dynamat it, add some CLD tiles or something, and then that'll probably fix it. I may also have like a busted motor mount that I don't know about, so I could be talking out of my ass here. But yeah. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. There's always a shit ton of stuff to talk about. As far as like the ref process, I briefly mentioned it in the video yesterday. The whole referee thing, the whole like bar program or referee program, like all that stuff, fucking awesome. I seriously like going through this 2AR swap with the bar, talking with bar refs and all this stuff. Like, if you're not an asshole to them, and you show them that you want to actually do this, and you're not trying to get like spoon-fed information and shit, like they're gonna help you, and they're there to help you. And I got a shit ton of help from the refs. So, and without their help, I wouldn't have passed it the first time. So, it's pretty awesome. It's a very, very interesting process, especially like getting dumped some rules and then being like, all right, just kind of like trying to work with like a standard. It's pretty fun. The 2GR was cool because I was kind of like, just fuck it, dude, throw the fucking thing in, but kind of working with a standard and like a rule set, you kind of have to get a little bit more creative, and I think that was really fun. Although I don't know if other people will think the same way, but I don't know, that's my take on it. It was very fun to do. And it's, I don't know, it's nice because it's like, if I'm getting like followed by a cop or something, I'm no longer shitting my pants because I got an engine swap. You know, I'm like, I have my sticker, I have my paperwork. If they pull me over or for some reason and they're asking me to pop the lid or whatever, I have my shit to show them and I can go tell them to fuck off. Essentially. not actually. But you know, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I mentioned, I'll get to the interior. I do have some plans for this. Let me get in here, I guess. I obviously need to fix this thing, as all hot climate MR2s suffer from. Shift boot and shit. I fucking hate this shift knob. It may have been good when it was new, but goddamn, I feel like I'm holding like 50 grit sandpaper or some shit. This thing feels awful. You know, shift boot. You know, just things now that I can get back to that I was doing with the 2GR before I got refed. So, but you know, this is all. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just spilling my brain on all this. I don't know if I already mentioned. I think I did. I've been making a bunch of videos of the subsystems of this, but look out for that. But yeah, I don't know what else I'll make videos on. Like I said, this is like, I've been fucking grinding away at this bar shit for like 4 months now. So, you know, I'm kind of like, now what? I don't know what to do anymore. I guess I'll go drive the car. No, I mean, I mentioned I'll paint this stuff, but you know, it's just kind of like, I don't know. You grind away for months on something, and now it's finally done. I feel like those fish in Nemo after they get out of the aquarium. You know, just kind of like, now what? I don't know. I'm sure I'll find something to do. There's always something to do in a project like this. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Like I said, this is gonna be the last progress video. Thank you for watching. I really hope this was kind of cool to watch, and I really do hope this kind of promotes the whole legal engine swap in California. You know, in hindsight, I'm saying this was really easy. It was, I guess, a pain in the ass, sort of. It's just an engine swap with a little extra spikes on top. So, but I do hope this kind of promotes the idea of it, because, you know, if we can get more of these MR2s that are, you know, like sitting in barns or, you know, have been rotting away, and you, I don't know, throw a 2AR in it and kind of restore it and stuff and get more back on the road, I mean, that'd be sweet. There's not enough MR2s on the road anymore. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, I hope it's been entertaining to watch. Write-ups coming soon. Videos how to do the 2AR stuff coming soon. I guess this isn't the done last video of the 2AR stuff, but in terms of the progress and all that, I think it's complete. Maybe, I don't know. I said that about the 2GR. I said it was complete. So I don't know, maybe something's gonna pop up. I know the people in Frankenstein Motorworks Discord, like Mark and all them, were kind of talking about what it would take to get a 2GR through bar. And I've had a couple people joke about me doing a bar 2GR. So I have no fucking idea. If that happens, if that becomes a viable option, maybe I'll go back to 2GR. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of funny to do. I don't know if I will do it because, fuck, man, I'm so done working on this shit. Oh my god. But I don't know. You know, I guess I digress. Anyways, fucking whatever. Like I said, thanks for watching. I guess I'll go drive my car now. I don't know. Okay. Bye-bye.